My name's Dolores. I've had psoriasis diagnosed 8 years ago. I probably had about for a year before I was diagnosed with what it was. And I went through a few different treatments, and then finally they found the right biologic to help me. It took a little while, but once it kicked in, it did a great job, and it started healing me right away. When I had the psoriasis, there wasn't a door jamb that I couldn't pass without going up and scratching on it like a bear because it was so itchy. And I didn't want anybody to touch me because it was just so itchy. But when the biologic kicked in, I also used other topical creams and they did help, but it wasn't until I got on the biologic that it really helped me feel better about myself and go out in public. And not that I hid a lot, but I wore longer clothes and I did different things to cover up the psoriasis. But once the biological kicked in, it was great. With work, it was no problem because I always wore clothes to work. Going out social functions was tough, and I always made sure that I covered up things. But in the summertime, my kids wanted to go swimming and they wanted me to go with them. And I didn't want to go because I didn't want other people to see it. But my kids were so great, they always just said, "Mom, it's just flakes, it's just skin, it's no big deal." But it was a big deal to me, and I was embarrassed for my kids to have me with them. And I remember one time specifically going to a water park, and I made sure my kids and friends stood around me when we were going up a ladder because I didn't want other people seeing it. So I finally broke out because of my kids and did it, but I was really uncomfortable the whole time. When I would go back to my chair to sit down, I covered up my legs because I didn't want anyone else seeing that. I didn't want people staring at me or my family. My husband was really good with it, I have to admit that, because I wasn't comfortable a few times with it because it was all over. Well, not on my hands and stuff, but it was in a lot of places. And but he was really good with it. The only time he wasn't good was when I would have a scratch attack. And then he'd stop it, stop it. He didn't understand I couldn't stop it. But now it's all much better. It's fabulous. Kids want to go outside, I go out anywhere, I don't care. I'll wear short sleeve, I'll wear shorts, I'll do anything. And it's made me feel better about myself. So I'm easier approachable, like life is good. Life is good, I'm happy. I've got a different job where it's not stressful. And the biologicals really helped me just finding myself and being more comfortable with myself. Even if I get a little mark again, it's no big deal because it's the way it is. Talk to your doctor, talk to everybody, anybody, check it out on a website. There is help out there for you. Even my mother, my mother right now is going through a little stage, and I'm sure it's psoriasis, but she's 81 years old and she's been through a lot, and she scratches, and it's like, "Mom, tell them about biologicals. Tell them there is something out there, the dermatologist." So she's pushing her dermatologist, but that's through me. So I would just tell people to ask other people. Check it out with the doctors, check it out with nurses, check it out with anybody. But there is help out there.